This week in science, we are continuing with our unit on force and motion. And we're going to apply what we understand about force and motion to the idea of simple machines. Simple machines are the most basic form of machines that make work easier for humans. Let's get started reading the first chapter. This is a Find the Truth book. So I'll read our potentially true or false claim. And as we listen to the story, I want you to decide what you think is true and what you think is false. Everything you are about to read is true, except for one of the sentences on this page. Which one is true? Simple machines help us do less work. Your teeth are simple machines. Find the answers in this book. Chapter 1, Easy Does It. How do simple machines make work easier? Bicycles are made from a combination of simple machines. Easy does it. The world is filled with machines that make our lives easier. You use a refrigerator to keep food cold and a computer to help you with homework. These machines are run by electrical power. You use your own power to run machines too. You power your bicycle to get you where you need to go. Did you know that when you open a door, you are powering a machine? The term bicycle was first used in 1863. Now that's quite significant because 1863 was the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, where developed countries in the world started using steam engines and burning fossil fuels in order to become far more productive. And they created a lot of the machines, or the basis for the machines that we use today. The simplest machines. The simple machines are devices with very few parts that help us move objects. There are 6 simple machines: the wheel and axle, the lever, the pulley, the inclined plane, the wedge, and the screw. A force is a push or pull. Forces move objects. Simple machines make this job easier. They change the amount of force or the direction of the force needed to move that object. A boat paddle is a kind of lever. Friction and gravity make it hard to move heavy objects. About 90% of a pumpkin's weight is water. You'll see the picture of the pumpkin soon. The forces against you. You may have to work against gravity and friction to get something to move. Gravity is the force of 2 objects pulling together, pulling on each other. Objects have weight because of Earth's gravity. Friction is the force of 2 objects rubbing against each other. If you drop a pencil, it may roll far on a wood floor. If you drop it on a thick rug, however, the pencil soon comes to a stop. There's more friction between the pencil and the rug than between the pencil and the floor. Now check out that mammoth pumpkin. You would probably have trouble moving that. And this is a boat paddle, which is a type of lever. Mechanical advantage. Do you have a lot of work to do? Scientists don't use the word work to mean a lot of spelling or math. In science, work refers to the force that acts on an object to move it over a certain distance. Scientists do this math problem to find out how much work has been done to move an object. The work equals the force times the distance. It takes a lot of work to lift up a heavy backpack. You do work when you apply a force or push or pull to a simple machine. If you get more force out of the machine than you put into it, that machine has a mechanical advantage. The mechanical advantage is how many times the machine multiplies the force. In other words, the mechanical advantage is equal to the output force divided by the input force. It's a fraction, or a ratio. 1 square foot, 0.1 square meters of snow can weigh up to 20 pounds, or 9 kilograms. A shovel uses mechanical advantage to help a person lift heavy snow. So lifting a heavy backpack, lifting heavy snow takes work. For example, if your input force is 1 and your output force is 5, then the mechanical advantage is 5, because 5 divided by 1 is 5. Remember, fractions. This means that the machine makes your work 5 times easier. Mechanical advantage is the output force divided by the input force. Mechanical advantage was 5 divided by 1, so the mechanical advantage was 5. Wheels and levers work to increase a dolly's mechanical advantage. A crutch is a kind of lever. Simple machines can help someone who is injured move around. Remember when Abraham was on crutches? That was a type of lever. Simple machines make work easier because you can use less force to move an object than if you didn't have a machine. You still need to do the same amount of work. You still need to do the same amount of work to get the job done, but you can spread that work over a longer distance. This means you don't have to do all the work at once. So, simple machines really are all around us. Very large dump trucks are used by mining companies to carry the gold, coal, or other mined substances. All right, that was our first chapter. In this first chapter, we learned what simple machines are and what their goal is. They make work easier for us. But by work, we don't just mean homework or the way that we use work in general language. We're talking about the scientist's definition of work. So go back if you need to and look at those specific definitions that we learned in this chapter. We learned about the names of the 6 simple machines. We learned that work was the force times the distance. And we learned about mechanical advantage, or how many times easier a job becomes when we use a machine. All right, join me for the next video of Chapter 2 of Simple Machines.